Lantern Cove, a town which has recently been shaken by a series of murders. Last night, the police announced that they had determined the second death in several days was in fact also a victim of foul play. This morning, a third body was found in a car on the west side of town. The body of Amanda Cutright, a real estate financier well known in the area's upper class society. This time there was no attempt to make the murder look like an accident. The body was stabbed multiple times in the chest and neck. Lantern Cove and its serial killer is now in the national news. School has not closed down, though some parents are keeping their children home today. If you think you'll stay home from school today, just let me know, but we'll start with some morning scenes first. Gus, when you wake up in the morning and emerge from your bedroom, Nikki's in the living room waiting for you. She has a weird sleep schedule because of her job, but it looks like she hasn't slept at all. She spots you. Hey, I got news. She gets up and comes over to you holding a paper bag, and she hands it to you. Inside are probably a dozen clear quartz pendants on leather cords. Nikki's wearing one as well. And she says, I put one on Eric too. I didn't tell him what for because I didn't want to scare him, make him get overprotective, you know. He's already headed to work. Anyway, the lady said that they repel negative energy and attract positive energy. You can give them out to whoever needs them. And Gus, I talked to my client, the psychic. She did a tarot reading for me about you. And it wasn't good. There was a tower on fire, and the devil and the Grim Reaper. The card that represented you was called the Empress, and she said it usually represented a powerful feminine figure like a witch. That part didn't make sense to me. She said disaster was happening, which, duh, but she said that it was about to either get better or worse, depending on, what did she say, on whether the Empress and her retinue come into their full power. And then she stopped, and I kind of got the impression that she was scared.
Scared about us coming into our full power?
I couldn't tell. She just clammed up. You know, when someone like realizes that they're talking about something they don't want to be talking about.
Yeah. First, I need to ask you something. Was that psychic the one you did the Celtic knot tattoo on?
Yeah.
We just had a dream. Again. All of us.
Shit.
We saw, like, the in-betweens of the worlds. They called themselves fairies, but that was just to simplify their name. But we untangled threads of fate and a lot of stuff is happening now. We know that there's a bad entity, like one of us, but for the opposite of what we're trying to do, and they're holed up in Thor's hammer, or that is a significant place for them.
A comic book shop?
Yeah. But I have a theory, and if that doesn't work out, then I need to head there. Could you drive me to school for my counseling appointment?
You got a counseling appointment? Sure, yeah.
Yeah, but I think she's the evil person.
You think the counselor is evil?
I think the counselor's evil. And if she's not, then I would love for you to... Oh my God, that was so weird for me to say. I would really appreciate it if you would stay at the school so I could run out and we can speed to the comic book store. If she's not the big, bad, evil council lady.
Yeah, I can hang around. I'm not doing anything this morning.
Can we go now?
Yeah, sure. So she gets her stuff together and takes you to school.
I text the entire group. Quartz crystals, got him.
Yeah, you just get a confused emoji from cool. Got it.
Chris, you wake up to the sound of an incoming video call from Jess. You're also momentarily confused about being in Olive's couch bed. but then your half awake brain remembers.
Chris immediately reaches for his nightstand, caffeine pills, ready to oh god. Okay. Answers the call. Jess, you there?
Just looks like a mess. She's obviously been crying, but right now she just looks sort of empty. They called my dad. Mom, he has to identify the body. He has to verify her birthday is in 2 weeks. I told her I'd take her to a spa. Chris, I can't do this. I can't. I know people go through loved ones' death all the time, but I can't. I don't have what it takes. I've always known that about myself. I'm a fake. I'm not really brave at all. They're gonna tell me how brave I am, and they won't know. I'm not. I can't. What do I do?
Hey, look, it's not going to be easy, but you've done things that aren't easy before and gotten through it, and you may not feel brave, you may not feel like you're strong enough, and maybe you aren't alone, but you also aren't alone. I'm here. We're the whole crew. Look, I need to throw my clothes on, and I'll be there as soon as I can. We're all here to do whatever we can to help you, and oh my God, I'm so sorry. I wish we. Oh God.
She's gone.
Yeah, she is.
I don't know what to do with that.
I mean, how could you? How could anyone know?
Yeah, I'll be here. I'll be here.
Yeah.
Until my dad tells me something different.
Yeah. I'll be there as soon as I can.
She hangs up.
In through the nose, out through the mouth, a few times. Stabilized myself. My pulse back to normal. I'm gonna immediately head upstairs to Olive's room and knock on the door.
I imagine Olive has been sleeping fitfully after all of that. So she wakes up and opens the door. And I think just looking at him, she's like, it's bad. It's bad.
I gotta go. Can you give me a ride to Jess's place, please?
Absolutely. Now. Okay. And she grabs a sweatshirt to put on and over her pajamas, and then grabs her keys and just books it. She's not even trying to be quiet at this point because she doesn't care. So yeah. We're out. We're gone. And she just with no words is just we're driving, and she's going to stay quiet. And if he wants to talk, he can. But for the most part, she's just tell me how to get there, and we do not have to talk, or we can, whatever you want to do.
Yeah, let me put it on the GPS. I'm sorry. And Chris just kind of looks middle distance. He's clearly thinking very hard. He's the type of person whose panic response is planning. How do we get out of this predicament right now? And he just kind of falls into that silence on the ride there.
I think probably about halfway through the ride, or almost there, she would kind of she's been debating this the entire drive, and she kind of reaches over and she squeezes your arm, your forearm, whatever, and she just goes, all you have to do is be there for Jess right now. We'll meet up, we'll figure it out after, but that's all you have to do right now.
Chris kind of places his hand on top of Olive's hand and gives it a squeeze as well. And he looks up like completely and totally haunted as he just, yeah, I know. It's just Mrs. Cutright was, she was kind of like my mom too. And I'm really doing my best to hold it together right now. Because I know it's clearly worse for Jess than it is for me, but I thank you for being here.
Yeah, I think she's like fighting back tears as well, just because like it's stressful and empathy tears. But I think she's like, you be there for Jess, and we'll be there for you. Very specifically about that wording, just like, like, and if right now you can be whatever you need to be. You can be upset and angry or sad or whatever you need to be right now and try to get it out of your system a little bit. But yeah, do whatever you need to do now and I'll get you there.
Might be someone with a jaguar head who can solve all his problems with fighting. Can you make that happen? I'm sorry, that was shitty. You didn't say that.
Not well, I mean, I could knock you out. I can't knock you out. You're way stronger than I am, but like, well, it's okay. No, just, you don't have to fix anything right now. Right now, you don't have to be the fixer.
Somebody's got to be the fixer. Somebody's got to fix this. We fucked up. If we'd figured it out sooner, if we had convinced those fucking fairies to give any useful fucking tidbit of anything to us, if we weren't just fucking abject failures, maybe Mrs. Cutright would be alive right now. But no, I went and fucked it up just like I fuck up everything else.
She is not going to let go of your arm, but she does lift up to like hit you on the leg of like the whole joint. It's just like, stop it. That is not helpful.
No, you're right. That's not
you
helpful.
are not. No, you don't have to apologize, but you are not a failure. We're not failures. In what universe is it fair that we have to deal with this? There's no universe. Is this okay? We're fucking kids.
Life isn't fair, right? It's never gonna be fair. We can't go into it with that expectation.
So give yourself a break. Not just the smallest break to be you for this moment. Because we're gonna,
This is me for this moment, Olive. This is me.
Okay. So be you. I'm fine with that. I'm not, you be whatever you gotta be. I'm just saying right now that, God, that Gus is gonna text us tomorrow with some crazy thing, and he's got a plan, whatever that plan is. Like, we're all gonna figure it out. Clark is gonna, like, steal information from his mom. Like, Freya's gonna talk to some birds. Like, it's all, like, we got
all
it.
the things that haven't worked so far, right? Maybe it'll work this time, right? Maybe Gus's cockamamie bullshit will actually be fucking right for once and not some fucking red herring that wastes more fucking time while people die. Right? Maybe Atticus won't get fucking lost trying to spray paint whatever bullshit, and he'll actually be helpful for the team, right? Maybe a miracle will happen.
I think a miracle did happen. I mean, I'm so sorry. I am so sorry for Jess, and I wish it was me at this point, because it's not fair. But
it wouldn't be fair if it was you either.
But here's the thing. It is what it is, and we are doing the best we can. And we finally have something. It's Thor's hammer. That's the biggest thing we've known this entire time. So we can do something in the real world where it's us, where we can actually do something.
I don't know. I feel like the real world is where we're the least able to do anything.
At least in the real world, it's not some knots of light that we can't untangle, and it's not some terrifying metaphor for people's deepest, darkest fears and insecurities that we have to somehow figure out how to fix, that years of therapy couldn't fix for some of these people. So, be angry, but help me use this, because I'm angry too. So help me use some of this towards tomorrow or today, or I don't even know what time it is anymore, but you know what I mean. We've got this, and we're not going to let any of these losses be in vain. We can't.
Yeah, okay. You're right.
Please don't be like this with Jess. Be with this with me, but please don't bring this energy to Jess.
No, you're right. You're right. I'm sorry. That
I can take it. You can be raging up until the moment you get out of this car.
it's not. Yeah, I'm sorry. I just need a second.
Yeah. She squeezes your wrist again, your arm again, and just like squeezes it and then is silent for as long as necessary.
Yeah, I think that you would see like this kind of ping-ponging between just incredible rage and utter sadness and just complete despondency for the rest of the trip.
Yeah, I don't think she lets go of your arm. She just keeps it there, keeps the connection there until she gets to Jess's, and then I think she sits there in the driveway and just actually physically turns to more face you and holds on tighter and says, whatever you need or Jess needs, please text me.
Yeah, I will. You're the only person in this group who has their shit together. And I think that might be the most important thing right now. If someone can corral this parade of lunatics and point it towards something useful, if anyone can do that, that's you, and that's what we need right now.
She does laugh at that, by the way. She absolutely, you'll say, she just laughs because she feels just completely at a loss all the time. But she says, if that's what I'm here for, then that's what I'm going to do, and we'll get it. We'll get it. But just try not to let that... Tell Jess that there's a plan, because you know there's going to be.
And he reaches over and gives one of those awkward car hugs with the center console in between, we're kind of nodding, and yeah, you have a Kleenex.
Here's my collection of 80 fast food napkins.
Remember why I said you had your shit together? That's what I'm talking about.
There you go.
Legendary. And heads inside.
She would sit and watch until you this is a very classic Midwest thing. She would sit in the driveway and watch until you walk in the door and the door closes. And then if Olive would do something after this.
Oh, what you got?
Olive's gonna drive by Thor's hammer.
Okay.
She's gonna do the stupidest thing possible because she's awake now at what is it, 4:00 in the morning?
Yeah, basically.
Around Chris normally wakes up.
Yeah. She's not going to go in because she's got, she's not that suicidal, but she is going to just drive by and see if she notices anything weird kind of in that area.
Well, sure. Give me a notice roll, by golly.
Come on, guys. Don't fuck me. I really need a good notice. I've got good notice already. I don't have good notice. It's a fair.
There, you notice that, the businesses are all closed down. Looks like someone might be starting things up in the coffee shop. There's clearly people awake in the apartments above because there are lights on.
I think she drives home, but like she's not kind of in a hurry because she if her parents woke up, she really doesn't want to deal with that bullshit. So
yeah.
But she does head home because she doesn't know what else to do.
Okay. We will move to Freya. Freya, when you check your phone in the morning, you have an email from the reporter that you reached out to last night.
How lovely.
Yeah, he tells you that he didn't include the names of the campers that reported the drumming because they asked not to be named. And he doesn't think he held onto their names anywhere. He says that they were just a group of kids spending their spring break illegally camping out in the woods around the cove. And after a few days, they all started hearing a rhythmic drumming sound. He'd been working for a local publication at the time that liked to report weird news, so they'd run a story on it. He hadn't thought much about it since, he says, but he thinks he might have a photo of the group somewhere and he'll look around and see if he can find it for you.
Awesome. I will respond that I'm very thankful for him responding and that I would love to see that photo if he can find it. Yeah, she's feeling kind of frustrated because she wants to continue to work on the magic stuff, but doesn't really know how.
Mm-hmm.
So she's going to spend a little bit of time trying to meditate and see if she can connect with chi or whatever, something like that type thing.
Yeah, feel free to give me a lore roll and see what we can do with this meditation in the morning. Something a little lighthearted after the last scene.
Worst possible roll. Catastrophic. Yeah.
Please, Sarah, explain what catastrophic meditation is, please. I would like to know exactly what that is.
You face ego death.
You meditated so badly, you go into a panic attack instead of calm.
There is a song in your head and you can't get it out, and it is just the loudest it could ever be in your head, and you can't stop focusing on it. You just can't.
What if it's the drums?
This is the song that does.
It's obviously Friday by Rebecca Black.
It's
Oh.
Peaches from Super Mario's, but it's
Oh,
just
God.
the Peaches part.
This beach.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds awful. I'm gonna play Hosier and go downstairs and hopefully get whatever the fuck that was out of my head.
All right. The school day begins. Gus, I believe you wanted to have your counseling session today.
Bet your sweet ass I do.
All right. Gus, when you open the door, a woman standing behind the desk within beckons you in. She's short, but most people are short to you. As you duck your head under the door jamb, she sits and beckons you to sit as well. The room smells of sandalwood incense, the lighting is pleasant, and the chair you are directed to is big enough to be comfortable for even you. As you sit, you notice that on the shelf behind her is displayed many knickknacks, including a small reproduction of the Antikythera mechanism. I don't know if Gus knows of the Antikythera mechanism, but it's a pretty awesome analog computer from ancient Greece. The woman smiles at you. She says, "Hey, hi Gus, it's nice to meet you. I'm Sophie Scott, the school counselor. But you already know that, I guess, because you were called here, so not my best introduction ever. But if you can spare me a bit of your time, I'd just like to check in with you, see how you're doing. I know Friday was a lot, and there's a lot going on right now.
Like what?
People are being killed, Gus. It's a big deal.
Okay, Okay. I wasn't sure if you... Hello, my name is Gus. It's good to be here. This is a big chair.
Yeah, I didn't like the furniture they gave me for this room, so I brought my own.
What is that thing, that Greek machine? It's like a analog. I was listening to a podcast and they're talking about it. What was the name of it again?
Yeah, that's... Oh, what is it called? The anti-something. She turns around and like peers at it and looks at the engraving. Antikythera.
Oh. Where'd you get it?
Oh, I visited Greece on vacation, and it was one of the things that I got there while I was at the market stalls.
You hear the drums, right?
The what?
The drums.
I don't hear any drums. Is there something going on with the band?
Is she lying to me?
Well, you can roll empathy and try and find out.
I would love to roll empathy and try to find out.
I'm gonna roll some dice over here as well, just for no reason.
Oh, for no reason? Uh-huh. Yeah. Tell you what I got, if you tell me what you got.
How about you tell me?
I got a mediocre.
Oh yeah?
Oh yeah.
She's pretty open and pretty obviously honest.
Oh, it's just some people have been hearing the drums over the lantern. I was talking about Greece. You know the drums in Greece? There's a lot of drums on the street.
I don't know about that. I didn't see that when I was there.
That's probably because you don't have a library card.
I don't have a library card. You're right, and I should go get one.
Yeah.
How did you know I didn't have a library card?
Obviously, people who go to the library a lot know about the Greek drums.
The Greek drums. All right. Gus, she takes out a little pamphlet about substance abuse, and...
Okay, lady, I was gassed. Okay? You know this. What is this?
I just like to provide information, just because sometimes people in stressful situations get into a situation with drugs or alcohol that can be harmful, and we don't want to see that for anyone.
I understand, Miss Scott, that you think right now I am on drugs, okay? But the real question is, why are you fucking up this town? Do you ride a bike? The Empress and her coterie are on to you. And I leave.
What? Gus? She comes out and, like, calls you from her door. Gus, what? You don't
We're
have to
on
go.
you! We know where you're gonna be! Can't escape your future. I run outside to Nikki, and I just tell her, we gotta go to Thor's Hammer. We gotta go fast.
She starts up the car and revs the engine and heads off in a trail of dust.
Oh, Nikki, that didn't go well.
What happened? Is the counselor bad?
But I panicked and I told her everything.
Oh.
I told her
Okay.
everything. She knows we're onto her. We gotta go fast. I text the group. She knows.
Who knows what?
Sophie Scott knows that we're onto her. She went to Greece.
Olive texts back, is that a code for something?
The drums. The Grecian drum.
I don't think that's a thing.
Atticus texts back. He's like, "Was that in a Percy Jackson book?"
Yeah, probably. Hey, but we know that she has connections to ancient Greece, so...
Or she's got frequent flyer miles. One of the two.
She's a liar, and we know it. It was her all along. She's the whole...
Yeah, she teamed up with the vice principal. They're on out together.
Olive sees these texts and goes, this is not helping any of the confidence I was trying to build in our group.
Moving on. Clark, are you at school?
I feel like there definitely was an argument with his mother this morning about whether or not he should be at school because he does not want to go.
Mm-hmm.
But his mom is making a clear point that his sister can stay, but I still gotta go.
All right. At school, you're in your favorite class, theater. And it's a week full of tension because everybody's performing monologues. It's also a week full of tension because there are people dying. You and your friend Wade are both scheduled to perform your monologue today. Wade goes first. He does a bit from the Book of Mormon, the play, not the religious text. Wade sometimes struggles with his delivery, but this piece really sort of works with his campy, overdramatic sense of style. And Mrs. Croft, your teacher, seems to approve. You're up next. What monologue do you perform in class today?
I think with everything going on, he hasn't really had much time to make a choice.
Mm-hmm.
So he's going with something that he has done already in a different class. And it's going to be Chase's monologue from This Side of Heaven by Donzelitis. It's a very serious piece.
We'll do a roll to see how it goes over. I'll let you choose which skill you think is most appropriate. Academics, rapport, deceive, or provoke.
Academics. That's a great.
All right. You get and hold the attention of even the most bored students in the class. And there is applause when you're done. That's not just the polite applause that one expects from class. And you can tell that Mrs. Croft really approves of your choice and choosing to go for that more serious role.
Thank you. As he walks off the side of the stage and back to his seat in the auditorium, he's just thinking to himself, God, am I glad I fucking wrote something I already know.
You get a high five from Wade.
Dude, really awesome, man. Love that piece.
Oh, thanks, man. I mean, it wasn't as cool as you know. I mean, you know. But cool. Hey, I haven't seen you at Thor's Hammer recently. I've been wanting to get my new Amazing Spider-Man comics. You wanna come today?
Yeah, actually, that'd be a great idea. I've been kind of in and out lately. I've been hanging out with some other people. But yeah, definitely, let's go.
Cool. All right. I'll see you after school.
Heck yeah.
All right. Atticus, are you at school today?
Yeah, I think Atticus probably would have woke up and thought he didn't want to go to school, but then remembered that he had the sealer and gesso that he took from the art teacher, and that it would probably look worse if he didn't return it. So he probably is going to try to go until break or something and then leave. Maybe get there a little early to return the stuff.
Okay.
And after I don't know, period 2 or something, walk off.
All right. You have art class in second period. So in art class, Mr. Hansen is taking your ideas very much to heart. He has set up a long table with an enormous canvas and is encouraging everyone to paint something that represents what the school faculty means to them. However, your fellow students are not so enthused about this idea, and you can see him starting to deflate under their protests. Do you do anything?
Yeah, I think Atticus, being a snarky guy, this was all abstractly scary to him before.
Mhm.
And that, like, even though he doesn't know Jess, and probably, like, if was asked, would maybe say he doesn't like her before the last few days, right? Just on principle that she's the rich kid who drives the Tesla.
Mhm.
But like, he's interacted with the human being who has now suffered directly at like something they're involved in, right? So I think he took that really hard, and I think he would try to rule some sort of rapport or some sort of rule like that to try to get everybody to take it seriously, and that as art, like, and he would give his own little monologue, right? That like, as artists, it's our job not just to like say what we want to say, but sometimes we're not just inspiring culture or creating culture, but maybe redirecting it and creating art in response to that. And we could use this portrait to our, that sure, maybe it's like a vanity project for the administration, but we could use it to send a message to like fellow students that do this time, like, we're in solidarity with them, and maybe provide some like uplifting message. Trying to embody Captain Anarchism.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, go ahead and give me a rapport roll for that.
I don't think Atticus has any rapport. Nope. What's the aspect though? Might use the aspect. Yeah, nothing here is organized. Trying to make organization out of chaos. I could use a fate point. And that'll bring it to a +2. +2 is great.
Okay. You can see that at first they're not really interested in what you have to say, but you put a lot of passion into it, and they start to come around. And Mr. Hanson is very, very, very glad and very appreciative.
Yeah, and then I think like following that, Atticus probably tries to like take the lead in organizing the overall composition of it and like giving a theme and direction in that way. As any good community organizer knows, leaders are boots on the ground, not just giving orders. Yeah, and then I want to dip, and I am also going to do the dumb thing and head to Thor's Hammer.
You come once again to Lamplighter Square. So on the ground floor, there are 4 shops. We'll go through that real quick. There's Thor's Hammer, which is the gaming and comic book store. Smooth Grind, the coffee shop that sells the best coffee and smoothies in town. Deluxe Nails, where just about everyone goes when they want a mani-pedi. And The Smoker, a Kansas City-style barbecue restaurant that just opened last month. On the second floor, there's luxury apartments.
I was going to say, I think he first would go into the coffee shop. I think he, walking by and having newly bargained his way back in, is going to try to go to the coffee shop.
All right, so you're heading out after second period, and you go to the coffee shop. We can say that that's roughly the same time that Gus jetted back after his counseling session to this area. What are the rest of you doing? Yeah, I know that Chris is staying with Jess.
Yeah.
Did I have a run-in with my parents at all? Did they even notice that I left?
No, they did not.
I think that she very seriously was like, I need to go to school, and then she had a moment of rebellion and said absolutely not. So she probably like slept in a little bit because it was a weird morning, and then went back. So she's heading over to Thor's Hammer probably around the same time.
Okay.
Freya is just going to school.
Okay.
Unless she is informed that everyone else is going, she's just gonna do her like normal daily thing.
All right.
Gus did text the group Thor's Hammer.
This is true, but that is not.
That could mean many things.
Yeah.
We don't know. He also said courts. We don't get it. I think that Olive would. I think she would have texted everybody and just been like, "Hey, not feeling up to school today. Thor's Hammer? ? So, yeah. So that was probably a text that she sent out.
In that case, Atticus would have responded, headed to Smooth Grind, have an idea.
Freya will freely duck out of school when she realizes that other people are doing so.
Clark texts in that have to be here for most of the day to make it look like I came to school so my mom doesn't freak out. probably ducking out after fourth period.
Atticus snarkily replies to that in the group chat. Keep grinding, bro, with like a knuckle and a A. Yeah, the blocky A gif with a plus sign.
You're in Smooth Grind. Everyone else is getting to Lamplighter Square at this time. Do you guys go into the coffee shop to meet Atticus there, or are you going straight to Thor's Hammer?
Olive would go to Smooth Grind first to meet up with Atticus and like get a mocha, like a white mocha or something terrible, like because she slept like shit. So so Atticus, you see Olive walk in, like dark circles under her eyes, just dragging, and goes to she kind of waves and goes to get coffee before coming and sitting with you.
I'm on a mission. I go directly to Smooth Grind, and I take out 2 of those court necklaces if I see them, and I just chuck it. I'm like, hey, take this. Put this on.
Oh, okay. Thanks. Why? But she's putting it on. Like, she's not going to argue about that.
Atticus doesn't even ask a question, but he just tucks it under his clothes.
Explain. Like, I just need an explanation. Just so yeah.
It's protection. It's protection.
Okay. Not the weirdest thing I've heard. Okay. Thanks.
You're welcome. Nikki's outside. She's helping us.
Oh, that's your sister, right?
Kind of.
Does she know?
She's meeting my brother.
Guys, just so Jess's mom is gone.
What?
She says it really quiet, like she says it as quietly as possible. She's like, yeah, that's Chris got a call really early this morning. So yeah, it happened again.
I say something crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all crazy, you're right. I think I'm building a time machine.
Weirdly not the craziest thing you've ever said, so like
I have to disagree. But honestly, we met, and he says it like very quietly, we met Faye last night, so nothing's impossible, I guess.
Right, but before that, the clock, it started sucking things in. What if that was time?
I think that's a non sequitur. Whether it was time or not, I'm not sure it matters.
It's a non sequitur that a clock that was sucking in things might have been sucking in time? A clock. You don't see how that thought connects to the other thought?
Oh, okay. Draw the connection. No, let me give you a second. Draw the connection for me where the clock sucking in time helps us stop people from dying.
Well, if we could turn back time, then we could stop them earlier.
If we could find a way.
Don't say it. Don't say it. I know that song. Where's everybody else? I actually went to school. How are they so late?
I don't know, but I need you to help me with this theory. Atticus puts together that everybody that they've met has some sort of unresolved shit. Right? And he doesn't know what Jess is yet, but he makes a pretty good guess based on his time with Chris, and Chris is like the cryptic way he talks about his dad and all. So I think Atticus I want to try to get Atticus to put together that, hey, if they're all in there because they have something that's fucked up and unresolved, maybe that's why we're getting sucked in there. And maybe if we solve that, we help us, empower us in the dream in the same way we've empowered our victims. But I think I'm going to shoot that theory and ask them, what do you think about that? I think maybe it would be important for us to share that in some way, or whatever it is that's keeping us there in that dream state where we're sharing it with everybody with these unresolved stuff. And maybe if we can share that with each other and help us resolve that, maybe it'll be the opposite. If we can help solve it in real life, we can do something before something bad happens. Because I would bet everything that Jess probably had a bad relationship or something going on with her mom.
Freya shows up a little late and says, "So what you're saying is it's time to just trauma dump on all of each other, right? Just tell each other all the shit that's going on."
Freya, I would love you to dump on me.
X card. X card.
And on that moment, can I say that Clark walks in?
For sure.
I'm really sorry. This is a serious podcast, and I keep fucking it up.
It's okay. We need the levity.
He just out loud just goes, "God, I wish I got that on camera."
Okay, so I mean, talking trauma, like I'm not against it. That feels impossible to fix right now. Sorry, Gus.
Yeah.
Where did you get? You had blueprints. Where did you get those?
The universe gave them to me.
Clark just laughs out
I
loud.
think we just talked about trying to be more open. Not sure being secretive anymore is going to help.
That wasn't me being secretive. That's just literally what happened. I found them in class,
Where?
and just they were there.
Did they like? She's so tired. She's like, did they just appear out of no? Like, were they there? Were they not there and then there, or like, did you walk into class and they were there?
Well, like, I had another design that I wanted to do, and it was like a pattern of like interlacing threads because anyway, and then it was like the universe gave it to me as an alternative.
And you didn't like ask the teacher if they had put it there, or like look around and see if there was, like I say, strange like fairy creature like dropping shit. I mean, you didn't ask anybody if they'd like accidentally dropped their extremely complicated and rad design?
Maybe we can make it. Maybe if we make it, that'll help us give us answers.
I am making it.
So if we finish making it,
Okay.
Audience, this is the silence of a person who is confused why we aren't just talking to people instead of making complicated clockwork. Olive is like, why don't we ask where they came from?
I was going through a pretty hard time. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I raised my voice
I
that
kind
tone.
of just saw the universe, Olive, and it was giving me answers, so I just assumed it was part of that. But you're right. Maybe I should have.
I mean, it just happened like yesterday, right? So like we could we could go and like ask, right?
But we also know that there's a killer here. I look around to the coffee shop that we're in. That I'm screaming in.
that was my other thought of why to be here, is maybe some of these people at the baristas, somebody that's like good with people, not me or Gus, can go talk to them. Gus, they're not 42-year-old women. There's no one to flirt with.
You don't know that. There are plenty of women who want to just have a break from a career and just work at a coffee shop. You don't know. Above table, Olive has great empathy. So if there's empathy, I'm very good at that.
Like, I assumed you were very good at getting somebody else probably too with rapport or something, or if there's two of you, like being able to, hey, have you seen anything weird about those comic book store nerds? And then maybe like, oh yeah, like this one guy in a person.
So we don't know if it's Thor's hammer. It's this complex,
Yeah.
which includes all of this and the couple hundred of apartments above it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
At least I'm assuming it's a couple hundred apartments, not like 3.
Hey, Olive, could you ask one of those baristas if they know Sophie Scott?
Yeah, absolutely.
What the hell? What are you talking about? The drums of Greece?
Yeah, she heard the drums in Greece. I'm sure of it.
Have I gotten my drink yet, or are they still
Yeah.
making it?
Yeah, you got.
Oh,
your drink.
damn. Okay, I was gonna be like, I'd go up and get my drink and be like, God, by the way, like, have you met the new counselor? Hi, I'm a teenager asking a very reasonable question about my school counselor.
Right? To these like 22-year-olds.
We're like, why are these teenagers in our shop during school hours? I know people are being murdered, but my God, get out. Stop screaming.
Oh, you already got your drink. Well, maybe Nikki could do it.
Yeah, she's a full adult, right? So like that might be, they might have a better conversation.
I text Nikki, come in.
A few minutes later, Nikki walks through the door. For most of you, it's their first time seeing Nikki. She's a young woman, lots of tattoos, got that like black space that a lot of tattoo artists have.
Freya is immediately attracted to this person.
Atticus is scared, but also a little attracted.
Is there a list of people that Atticus is unattracted to?
Yeah, now it's Gus. Just Gus.
That's fine.
Just Gus. Olive has never thought about getting a tattoo, and now she's like, it's happening. That's what awoke her tattoo journey, is just seeing this person.
Horny bunch of motherfuckers over here. That's my sister.
We're literal teenagers in a hot 22-year-old
Sister.
Also, not horny, just like tattoos. Chill.
Horny for tattoos.
Horny for tattoos.
Horny for tattoos.
Yeah.
All right. She comes in, she comes to Gus and she smiles at all of you and says, hey, how can I help?
Okay, can you go order a drink and ask about Sophie Scott? We want to know if she like lives here or some shit.
Just ask if they know her.
Anything you could get on her.
Do you think that she comes here, or is there something that I can...
Ask her if she hears drums.
Do not ask that.
Is Nikki used to Gus or still like...
Nikki's used to Gus.
What are her strategies for handling him so we as players know in the future?
She nods and says, I'll go ask. And she goes up to the barista, and you can just hear the conversation. She's like, hey, I'd like to get a caramel latte. She waits for them to take the order, and she's like, I love this place. Do you know my friend Sophie?
They're not friends. Why is she saying that?
And the barista gives her a weird look, says, I know a few Sophies. Is there a particular Sophie? What do you... And she says, oh yeah, my friend Sophie Scott. She's great. She's my friend who's works at the high school, actually. Probably knows those kids over there. Points over to you guys.
The drums! Ask about the drums!
Yeah. Do you know Sophie? I could swear she came in here. And they're like, well, let's see how she does. Okay. They look at each other, the baristas, and they shrug. Sorry. I mean, there's a couple of people who come here named Sophie, but we don't know their last name or anything. Sorry.
What did you roll? What was it? Because if I can give the help action, I will. I want to I could pull up a picture of Sophie from the roster or whatever and be like, this her?
That was rapport.
Do I have rapport? Hold on. I think I do. I do have rapport. So I give the help action. I don't know if that's gonna do anything to help, but I'm like, yeah, her. She's like, I can't be seen. I mean, if a count, she's putting on the most preppy bullshit tea. They don't know who she is. She's like, because I can't come here if teachers come here. That is so uncool, and it makes Olive want to vomit that she's doing that. But she's like, I have to. I have to put off any suspicion why I'm asking about this.
They look at the picture, sort of lean in to get a good look, and one of them says, "Yeah, she comes in here. Yeah." And the other one's like, but the first one says, "Yeah, we get her in here sometimes, but she doesn't, talk a lot. She's friendly, but not chatty."
I mean, but she's like too friendly. It's weird. Do you ever get like a weird vibe I guess not. You just said she's friendly. Never mind. Whatever.
And Nikki's like, "Yeah, that's my Soph. She's friendly. Anyway, thanks for the coffee. Do you hear that?"
I love her.
She's not actually doing it.
They seem to like try to listen. They're like, "You're the espresso machine." Oh yeah, must be me. Okay. And she comes back with the coffee.
She's the best, right?
That How to Train Your Dragon gif of Gus in the background, 2 thumbs up.
Freya nods a little bit too enthusiastically at that.
He's just beaming ear to ear. Perfectly executed plan. Yes, I knew it.
Freya offers to shake her hand. I'm Freya, by the way.
Oh, hi Freya. I'm Nikki. It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I see you've got your pendants on. Oh, did you get one?
What?
Let's give her pendant.
Oh, here you go. Yeah, everybody take one.
She'll put it on. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I was thanking her.
You're also welcome.
Don't talk to me, man.
Trying to flirt with your sister.
It's my turn to flirt with an older woman.
Nobody flirts with my sister.
Just hearing the snap back from Freya, Clark just takes his from Gus and just goes, "Ooh, okay, this is cool. Thanks. Nice color."
You're welcome.
Is Clark videoing this on his phone so he doesn't miss another good moment?
No.
At this point, I think Atticus asked, "Does anybody know where Chris is?"
Yeah, he's staying with Jess right now.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
So, and actually, as you bring that up, she looks at Gus and she's like, do you have more of these one for Chris and maybe one for Jess? I
think
how many?
Yeah, we have a whole bag of them.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't know how many people you'd need, so I got a lot.
Thank you so much, because this is we didn't. He just said quartz on a text message to all of us, and we had no idea any context or what it meant. So, but now with context, that's like very cool of you, and thank you very much.
Yeah, you're very cool.
Yeah, it's crazy though that you got something that's going to be so useful and valuable to us, like so many of them so fast though.
I also know everybody has smartphones and the ability to Google. I was saving time.
Olive is going to text Chris, just like to check in, also being like, "Hey, how are you guys holding up? We're all at Smooth Grind. Is there anything you want us to check out?"
Yeah, could you pick me up a double latte with skim milk?
Olive would throw herself on a fire for this man. She will do anything. Of course. What does Jess want?
No, I don't think he texts back. At least not immediately.
Yeah. But also we have something. So apparently quartz gives you protection from bad things? ? We have some for you. We have one for you and Jess. And just leaves it there and be like, "We're here if you need." Yeah. So you're in the loop.
You get like red at 227.
Just left you on red. Damn.
Damn.
That fits her vibe. So
Oof.
you read it.
Oh.
She's
Oh no. Oh goodness.
Or
Everybody, are we ready?
We're ready for what? Are we gonna go build that thing?
did you?
I think we
Okay.
should split up into 2 teams.
We have to come into our power to defeat the Tangle.
What? Wait, what?
I think Olive, that's a really good point that maybe we could find out if somebody knows. Everybody knows the like 20 kids that take shop. Maybe some of the people that are good at talking to people can go track down and see if there's any weird people or there's a specific person who put those blueprints on Gus's desk. And then me and Gus, I'm pretty handy with some tools. I can help Gus probably finish building this thing. And if one or the other helps us get closer to unlocking our power or finding out where this is from, then we're all the better for it. And if only one does, we're all the better for it. And we're at the same place we are now if it leads to nowhere. But I don't think Gus should be the one going to try to ask about a little fairy. If he confronted the counselor like that, it's probably not a good idea for him to be on campus for a little while. But we can go build that thing. Let's go to Home Depot and get the shit we need.
I love the idea of the things you need for a time machine being at Home Depot.
100%, dude.
It's a bunch of gears.
100%. It's just little. You either need raw steel to machine the gears, or you need the components to do it. And they're going to be at Home Depot.
We're gonna go to Lowe's though. We can't
Lowe's,
go to Home
yeah.
Depot.
No, yeah, I don't like the guy. Oh yeah, this is a small Massachusetts town. This definitely has a Lowe's.
I'm pretty sure it has a Home Depot too.
Yeah, right. My small town, Texas, had 1,000 people, a Lowe's, and a Home Depot across the street from each other.
Yup. Speaking of Home Depot and Lowe's, I think we need somebody to stay back to look out for Sophie Scott.
There's no real evidence we have other than your hunch.
Okay, incorrect.
Okay, then show us, please.
He had a ancient Grecian device in her office. She comes here to where the knot is, and she didn't have a library card.
Wait, how often did they say that she comes here? Because it would have to be somewhere that she's there at like a lot, right?
I want to figure out if she lives upstairs.
I think she lives upstairs.
I feel like if she lived upstairs, she would be here more than just sometimes.
You would think, but also it costs money on a teacher's salary. And if she's quiet and friendly, she might not make a...
Okay, Gus. Best case scenario. Someone stays here.
kill her.
No, just listen. Please let me finish my thought. I let you point out 3 things and tell me that they're connected. So,
You let me. You asked me to do that.
and then I let you finish. So I'm asking you to let me finish my thought, please. Okay, your best case scenario is someone stays back and watches for Sophie Scott,
Yes.
and that person is by themselves alone with the person at the center of a interdimensional crime spree.
You're right. Me and Nikki should stay here.
That's a good idea. You two should stay at this coffee shop together
Yeah, what Gus said.
and talk and look out for Sophie Scott. We're wasting time, Atticus. Let's go to Lowe's. I walk out the door.
Please don't die, Freya. I'm making a painting for you.
So Gus and Atticus have gone to go try to build something.
Yeah, they're gonna go to Lowe's. Who's doing what?
Dun, 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 dun. I think that Olive is going to looks at Clark and says, should we check next door and see if they... She had a Kiki's delivery service charm.
I'm starting. And Gus mentioned that she had an ancient machine, and Chris mentioned I think it's something else. I think she's just catering to us. Somehow she knows what we like and is catering to us. Did you see the trophy that Chris mentioned when you went?
What would I roll to see if I remember something like that?
Yeah, wasn't Gus supposed to specifically look for that? Did he forget in his panic?
He got distracted by something shiny or ancient.
Look, I was spotted. I had to get out of there.
Give me a will roll to call it back from memory.
Okay. Nope, it is not good. Mediocre.
I was gonna say, is there any way I can help?
Do you have
I have goodwill.
Okay. Well, that would get me up to 1 from it mediocre at that point. Yeah. So still not very good. But at least it's not mediocre. So average, yeah. Did I see anything that looks like an ancient Grecian piece of machinery? I feel like that would catch my eye.
There were a lot of tchotchkes on her shelf, and one of them maybe was that.
That seems like a lot of work to like cherry pick.
Yeah.
And she was wearing the Kiki, like I guess it's an easy one. But like they don't just have those laying around here. Like you'd have to like go out of your way to buy that. So either you're trying to be creepy, which is a lot of work, or you just like it. Like this could just be her personality. So what I'm saying is maybe we check next door and see if she's coming there.
Yeah. I mean, call me crazy. Maybe the paranoia is getting to me, but it just sounds really like, what's the word I'm looking for? It just seems too coincidental in a way. But yeah, I mean, somebody can like a lot of things, so
Maybe you go in tomorrow and see what.
Do we have anyone else on the roster that maybe can go?
Hey, Mr. Paranoia, maybe you go in tomorrow. Olive is like caffeinated, but also still exhausted. Maybe you go and you see what you see.
I think that since Clark went in late, right? So he didn't get the news about Jess's mom yet. Me and psychiatrists don't really work too well at the moment, but I guess I can. Fine, I'll schedule an appointment tomorrow.
I mean, you don't have to go in and say anything of any value. I didn't.
Yeah, it's just I have a bad feeling about knowing what's going to get brought up, but yeah.
Well, let's okay. Let's go next door and just see what they know. If they know anything from Thor's hammer. I mean, like because maybe she is up here, but she doesn't get coffee. Maybe she does live here and she just doesn't get coffee or very much or whatever. We don't know. But like, I feel like it feels weird to go. I mean, I guess we can go into school and like say that we're just going in late. Although you were at school, weren't you?
Yeah.
So breaking back into school.
I could have just said that I went to go get lunch somewhere else.
Yeah.
But that's also a stretch.
Okay. Well, let's go next door and kind of see.
Yeah, I have to go next door anyway. I'm meeting up with Wade after school at Thor's Hammer.
Oh, so do we want to just go to school then? Because you got to come back to Thor's Hammer anyway?
I mean, kind of just makes more sense since we're already here to just go over there. But we could go back to the school.
Clark, nothing makes sense anymore.
No, it doesn't, and I can hear myself saying it. Do you think she'd take another appointment today?
You mean talk to her today?
Yeah.
I mean, if you're like, you could just kind of go to her door and be like, "Hey, I'm traumatized. Let's have a talk."
Yeah, I'd rather just bite the bullet. Let's go.
Okay. Yeah. So she's like, she looks at Freya like, "We're gonna go. Are you gonna hang out here and see what you see?"
I think she's in her own little world right now
Yeah, agreed.
with Nikki.
Can I ride with you? I mean, I drove, but like I'll just leave my car here.
Yeah, sure, that's fine.
Cool. So yeah, I guess head back to school.
Okay, so the two of you are heading back to school, and Gus and Atticus are getting stuff from Lowe's and building the machine.
Building time machine, yes. Is that what you meant to say? Okay.
Sure.
You said it, it's recorded.
All right. Let's go first to our team of daring machine builders. Grab a bunch of metal and parts from Lowe's, and
Just imagine like everybody's working on the weekend montage of Gus and Atticus grabbing stuff in Lowe's.
Hell yeah. We have no money to pay for this. Let's go.
Your total's $400. Oh yeah.
End of the montage is y'all like running out with the cart.
Oh, we'll pay you back later.
Oh, go, 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 go!
Wait, you just have a scooter?
if you want to roll burglary, you can.
Oh, hell yes. 100%.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This is where the sidetrack happens.
How did you get to Home Depot? Neither one of you drives a car.
We took Nikki's car.
Montage, baby.
Look, they scooted together, okay?
We took-
Gus, arms wrapped around Atticus.
And while I'm on the back of his bike, I'm like, hey, I'm really good at stealing shit. We don't have any money. We got to make this fast. Help me out.
Yeah,
Cool.
I'm average. You're above that.
I'm good. Yeah.
Good.
Um,
Yep, I give it help.
So that is a great.
Ooh, love it.
All right, let's see how the security staff do. Oh, the security staff are not on the ball today. You get out of Lowe's with everything you were looking for.
Oh yeah, so much metal.
The security staff is just like one old Walmart greeter man who we like literally have just, oh, can you help me? I think I dropped something over here. And the other person drives right by behind it.
Yeah, that's the Uber.
$500 in stolen equipment from Lowe's.
We had to. You don't have a trunk.
It's the visual.
This Uber driver is suddenly an accomplice to grand larceny.
A 6'7" teenager and a normal sized teenager, I guess. But dressed like a goth. Loading in just like a ton of shit into the trunk of an Uber. I'm assuming it's a Prius.
Yeah, it's a small little Prius. Okay, Atticus, meet me back at my place. I don't think you can fit this scooter in here.
Yeah, no, it's a small one. It's like a little foldaway. Look.
Oh. Wow, I didn't know it folded. That's amazing. We can use it as a design.
It's pretty convenient.
All right. You escape in your Uber with your illicit Lowe's goods and get back to Gus's house to assemble the mechanism.
As they pull up, Atticus is just like, yeah, and honestly, like, between corporate profits and stock prices going up, like, they're not going to miss this.
Of course not. They make so much money. It hurts me to think about it.
So much money. Yeah.
And who are we really, hurting? Right? The upper crust? None of those people who work there.
If this time machine saves the world, in that question, does the ends justify the means?
Exactly. And I think they do.
Yeah. All right, let's go. And then I'm going to give Gus the help action on. Or I'm assuming it's crafts, right?
It is crafts, yeah.
I have a 2 in, or I have a great in crafts.
May
sorry,
as well.
good. I have a good in crafts. I mean,
I
you have
good
great.
in crafts. Mhm.
Then yeah, I'm gonna help out. I'm gonna let the machinist take the lead.
All right.
Vroom vroom.
Vroom, vroom, baby.
Let's get this wrench to work.
Wrenches can do anything.
They can do anything, Atticus. First lesson. Is it a crafts roll? Is that what we're doing?
Yeah,
I have no
it's a
idea.
craft
Okay, awesome. Legendary.
Okay.
Build me a time machine, baby.
You create the pieces, you assemble them, and the assembling itself is amazing chore just to get in and get things fitting together, and they fit together in ways that don't really make sense, like you're sliding something in around other parts and it shouldn't fit there, but it does, and it just matches in perfectly. And you finally get to the stage where it is assembled and it sits there looking shiny and beautiful and ready to be flipped on. You have to wind it up and flip the switch to turn it on.
Okay. Well, I think you should do the honors.
As much as I am so eager to do this, maybe we should do it with everyone?
But what if it doesn't work?
Yeah, you're right. And he flips it.
All right.
Yeah.
You gotta test it. You're in the shop.
Yeah.
Don't want to disappoint customers.
The gears start turning. They start moving in strange directions. It looks like the gears are the moving together is almost sort of pulling on the mechanism to try to sort of misshape it, but it continues to turn and churn, and it's a clock, maybe. It's got arms, but they don't go in the same circle. Like one of them goes in a circle horizontally and the other one vertically, and it's almost like, actually, go ahead and give me a investigation roll for this.
Okay.
I have a fair.
I would love for you to do that. I'm such a good helper. Such a good little helper.
Okay, I'm gonna roll it. Hell yeah. 3 plus fair, I think, is a great.
Plus a help.
Oh, sorry. Super fantastic.
I help by yelling at you.
Yeah, good. And then plus 3, 6. Yeah, fantastic.
All right. So while investigating it, it's like you've heard of the theory that gravity bends light, and like we can recognize the gravity of the sun by the position of the stars that shine near it, and the way it bends the light. And it's like that light is being bent around this machine as it goes, and the hands don't seem like they're really indicating anything. They're just sort of moving around. It's more like this is a grinder, but you don't know what it's grinding, and it feels strange to like put your hand near it. It feels like it's sort of pulling you in, but only just a little part of you at a time, and it gives you a bad feeling, honestly. But it doesn't seem to be doing anything in particular other than grinding, spinning, turning.
Yeah, Atticus turns it off.
It doesn't turn off. You flip the switch, it keeps going.
Okay, we gotta take it and go.
Yeah, we're gonna get the fuck out of here. Let's take it to the tower.
The tower?
Yeah, the watchtower.
Let's go take it to Raw Dog, quick. There's no other solution.
No, we gotta get it to everybody else. It's a time machine.
I don't think it's a time machine, dude. It was bad. That was bad. That was really bad.
I mean, obviously it feels bad. We're going back in time, and back in time was worse.
But if we go throw it into the lake where the pounding's coming from, maybe it'll suck all that bad shit in.
We gotta get everybody to make a decision first.
Okay. Is there a car here? Is your brother's car here?
No. We could just Uber again.
Is there a neighbor you don't like? I don't know if this car is coming back.
We're not stealing a car. This is a time machine.
We just stole $500 worth of stuff. Okay, all right. I don't know what to do. I'm panicking. Okay.
From a large corporation, Atticus, not a human being.
Insurance will cover it. Atticus wants to take.
No, they won't. They'll fuck them over. You don't know how these things work. I'm sorry. Maybe you do. I
You're
don't know
the
you.
same age as me. What experience do you have that I don't?
Let's not get into that right now. But also, can you use your phone to get us an Uber, please?
Yeah, can I investigate or I don't know what it would be, whatever this version of Insight is or something, right? Fates. Some sort of like, what the fuck do I do with this? Should we just leave this here? Do we throw
Don't worry, I
it
can answer that. You just call an Uber.
far away? What would his like instinct be?
To call an
Because
Uber.
mine as a player is take it to the heart of the drum beat.
The only instinct, I mean, I don't think there's a role for this. The only instinct you're getting is to maybe stay away from it because it feels bad.
Okay, maybe we leave it here and we also leave and come back with everyone.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Does it feel like it's getting worse?
No, it's pretty steady.
Okay. Yeah, I think we leave it. And I think we come back and run some experiments with people here. Or we just run experiments and try to shove some stuff near it.
I hear you when you're saying it's a bad thing. I don't discredit that. I'm saying it's our responsibility now.
I think it's a dangerous thing. I don't know if bad is right. It's the same way that I would be scared to have my hand near a sink with the food disposal on, garbage disposal on.
Or holding a bomb.
Yeah.
So you want to leave it in my grandma's house?
Well, a bomb needs to be triggered.
Hey, I get it. I get that you're scared right now, but we have to
I'm going
take
to
it
do-
with us.
Like a full panic attack.
Here, let me hold it. I'm gonna take it. We can walk. It's okay. And we start walking towards Thor's hammer.
All right. Meanwhile, back at school, Clark, you're going to the counselor's office? All right. You open the door to the counselor's office. The counselor, a woman in perhaps her late 20s with a warm smile, stands up and extends her hand. Hi, Clark. Nice to meet you.
Hi, nice to meet you. I was told this is where the counselor's at. I know this is last minute, but I was wondering if maybe I could squeeze in.
No problem. Happy to meet you. I was just sitting around trying to understand my morning, so certainly have time for you. She directs you to the chair and sits down across from you. The office is a cozy little place, a few curios on the shelves and a degree on the wall. A small incense burner sits on the desk, just extinguished, and the air smells of sandalwood. Hey, so, are you supposed to be in class right now, or I can call them and have them.
No, it's just I have a free period at this moment. And I just kind of wanted to get this out of the way for the week. Sandalwood, nice. Like the smell.
Thanks, it's my favorite.
My eyes are kind of just darting around the room. Do I notice anything? Can I make?
Looking right. Yeah, go ahead and give me a nose roll.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, that's just a fair.
Okay. So you look around and you definitely you see the things that that people have mentioned. You see the softball trophy. You see the mechanism. You can't tell if she's wearing a pendant. If she is, it's underneath her clothes. You notice that. She's got some books on the bookshelf. Not much else.
Gotcha. Cool. Just thinking in his head. Damn it! It was just a coincidence.
She smiles at you and says, "I'm really glad you decided to come by. How have you been doing with everything going on?"
No, been all right. Just kind of adjusting. you know?
Yeah, there's a lot to adjust.
Yeah. But, classes are awesome. Friends are cool. It's been alright.
You've had a lot of loss recently, haven't you? And I know that
Yeah.
recent events are probably bringing that into your mind. So I thought I'd check in with you and see how you're handling it.
Oh, you mean since the car wreck scene? Yeah, no, I've been alright since hearing about that. That's kind of did throw me through a loop for a split second, but I've had time. We're good.
Yeah, that's good to hear. Do you think that maybe it's affecting the way that you're seeing the world right now?
I'm not entirely sure what you mean by that.
Well, sometimes when tragedy strikes, it can put us into a different space of mind. For instance, if I had a trauma in my background and something came up that brought back that, it can almost be like being back in the same place where things happened, and it can bring memories. I know that people have problems along with 9/11, with the trauma coming back up every year.
You mean that kind of? Yeah. Not gonna lie to you, I do think about it a lot. There's not a moment that I don't think about what happens after. I've had a lot of time to think about these kinds of things lately. And I try not to contemplate on it because it kind of throws me through a bit of a rabbit hole. But yeah, I've had those thoughts.
Yeah.
And I know what you're talking about. And sometimes it is hard to just think about that.
Yeah. Well, I want to be here to support you as you go through this and any other issues that you might be going through. And she opens up a drawer in her desk, and she pulls out a little Superman figurine, and she says, "Your name's Clark," just like.
Yeah, that was that was my dad's idea.
Yeah.
He was a huge DC fan.
She sets it on the desk and says, "Yeah, it's a good thing to aspire to. Be the kind of person that the world can trust."
I try to do that for my family a lot, honestly. It's kind of how I feel, but I don't know. With all that weight, you'd think at some point, why can somebody else take the load?
That's what friends and family are here for, and that's what we at the high school try to be there to support for, because handling these things alone doesn't always work.
Thank you. What time is it?
She checks her. It's 2:30.
Anti-Kithra machine.
Yeah, she checks the Antikythera machine. No, she checks her watch and she says, "It's 2:30. Do you need to go?"
Actually, yeah. I should probably be going to my next class.
It was good to talk to you.
Thank you. Yeah, it's great. I'll see you at the next one. As he just awkwardly walks out, thinking to himself, if only it was that easy.
All right, she waves you out.
And he walks back to his car, where I'm assuming that's where...
I would have come into school and been waiting kind of around a corner somewhere just in case something awful happened.
Just you kind of catch him trying to recompose himself. His eyes are a bit, they almost look like they're tearing for a split second. It's just kind of trying to take some deep breaths and let's go to the car. Let's go.
She like wraps an arm around his shoulders, like giving him a side hug as they go. She's like, what did she say?
That's the thing. Just the same old that I usually get. But what did spike my curiosity, she had a Superman figurine.
Like just out?
No. She pulled it out of her desk. All that's being just like talked about in the car, in the van. I'm like,
yeah,
Holt like putting his arm around her, taking the embrace. Thank you. But like, yeah, just back at the van, kind of just relaying everything that's going on that happened. Yeah, probably withholding some of the shit that he said, but yeah.
Yeah, she wouldn't press on any of the personal stuff because she wouldn't want her stuff to be pressed. So like, she's like, okay, wait, but was all the rest of ours like?
Everything else was there. The trophy, the Grecian machine, the. It looked like she was wearing something, so I don't know if it was the pendant that you saw. I was not gonna press into that, because it looked like it was underneath her shirt. So, but yeah, it looked like everything was there. That damn scent of sandalwood.
I think Olive would then text everybody. I think she's just like, okay, I mean, I don't think we should go back in and try to figure out the shop class and see if who knows where it came from, but like, so I guess just head back over, make sure Freya's okay.
Yeah.
But she's gonna text everybody and be like, Sophie Scott, pretty suspicious. That's coming from Olive, who has not said word one about being suspicious of her. So even now, she's like pretty suspicious, heading back over to Smooth Grind. What's up? Where is everyone?
If you said you went back at 2:30, we probably would be pretty. I would imagine what we did took us like a while. Yeah, so we'd probably be in the middle of it. I think it would just be like still working.
Yeah, Clark just cranks the car, takes a deep breath, and you know what, maybe we should just play some music. Hits play. Everybody's working for the weekend. It's just blasting. Weird, I didn't know I left it on the Classics channel. As he just drives.
But then Atticus follows that up with, how's it going on your date, Freya?
Assuming nothing has happened.
No, it's just chilling with Nikki. She's nice.
Yeah, definitely just asking questions like about her tattoos and shit. Upon seeing we're coming back, just responds like, or y'all could meet somewhere else.
Real subtle.
I text back, why would we do that?
Look, I can't.
Atticus texts back, she didn't order a lavender oat milk latte. It's not happening.
Also, she's dating Gus's brother.
She's just STR8.
Oh no, she's not straight, but like, what does the lavender latte mean?
She's not straight.
I mean, look at her.
Don't give her hope. Come on.
Oh, there's like nothing can go on. Even if they do go back to their open relationship, Freya's too young for her.
Like thumbs down react or some shit, and then just let it like shut the fuck up. Let me see where this goes.
Good luck.
To jail.
Straight to jail.
Jail bait. Absolutely.
I want you to know, Gus, totally okay with this. Cameron is like, that's my sister.
Freya, roll empathy to see if she's into you.
Oh God, I don't have fucking empathy.
Good. That's correct.
I got great.
She's not into you. She's
I figured.
she thinks you're nice, a nice child.
Yeah.
What a rejection.
I'm sorry. That hurts worse than Olive's crush on Chris. 100% worse. That's the saddest shit I've ever heard.
I think you should be child zoned. I'm gonna be honest here.
1000% correct, but also heartbreaking.
Ironically, the same heartbreaking space that Freya is occupying is what they call the space where you put toddlers in like a jump house. The child zone.
Enjoy your jump house, Freya. Your crows can't help you here.
I'm just happy to know Nikki is not anything like the librarian.
A predator? An actual
absolute
Exactly.
predator.
100%.
That's how we as players should have known the librarian is bad is in on the scheme.
Oh my gosh, it's the librarian, y'all. She also has an apartment up there. What are we doing?
You have an apartment with Sophie.
They're roommates.
They're dating.
They're just good friends.
She doesn't have a library card because she's sleeping with the librarian. It all makes sense.
You don't
now.
need it. When you're at the source, you don't need it.
The source.
You're at the source.
The library source.
We lost it.
It's gone. We're done.
And there goes the fun.
Okay.
Yes, well. So you guys will bring time up to you guys are finishing the machine, and the other guys are getting back to the smooth grind. What now, folks?
After Atticus comes out of his panic attack, he's like, okay, should we just go to Thor's Hammer?
Well, we still gotta wait for Sophie
To do what?
to confront her.
What are we gonna confront her about?
Being here at the center of it all.
We don't know that yet. We have to find proof. Then we do the confronting.
Sometimes the law isn't on your side. Sometimes your strings are being pulled by fairies, and right now, those fairies are telling me Sophie Scott.
Look at me, I need to level with you, alright?
Okay.
I've been awful to you. And I'm also going to be honest again as a follow-up.
Uh-huh.
You mostly deserved it. But let's start over. I'm trying a new thing. I respect your ideas.
Atticus, you're like one of my best friends. What do you mean you were being awful to
Thank you
me?
so much. I will be a better friend.
It's okay. Everybody's annoying all the time, but like, you're cool.
I think we got to do one. Let's stay here first, just for a second, and we'll go there next, okay? Let's stay here. We got to do one thing at a time. I think we figure out the machine first, and maybe there's more answers behind this thing. Or we also talk to the group and talk about, do we want to confront the grown woman who we mostly only have hunches on?
She had a Superman toy, Atticus.
I know, we got to make the decision together, though. Let's go. I'm going to text the group Thor's Hammer, and if you could convince everybody else, I'll follow your plan. And he just puts Thor's Hammer,
Yeah, we should be. Yeah, if we want to meet here, we can meet here.
the usual room. And then I guess he says, well, should Freya bring Nikki?
Of course.
Okay.
All right. Through the magic of convenience, you all get to Thor's Hammer at the same time.
Would Gus's have like big tongs or something in his
Oh
garage?
yeah, probably.
Would I have big tongs in my garage?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, then that's what Atticus has in his backpack with them, like in a separate packet than the machine. He probably left like a bunch of shit in your garage so he could put the machine in his backpack.
My basement, Atticus. Calm down.
Basement, sorry.
Garage is used for garage things.
When you get inside Thor's Hammer, the first thing you notice is the noise. All three of the shop's private rooms are occupied by children playing in a Pokemon tournament. That's noisy enough on its own, but their parents are sitting at tables outside the rooms having their own loud conversations about current events, most notably the recent murders. Tim is going back and forth between the rooms and the counter, and you can tell that the strain of trying to do his normal duties while also running the tournament and dealing with the parents is getting to him. But as you walk in, Brennan steps out of the back and comes to greet you. Hello and welcome.
Hi. We've been here before.
Yes. As you can see, we are having our annual Pokemon tournaments today. So things are a little bit crazy. Not really anywhere to sit, unfortunately. I know you guys like to take that room back there, but it's a little bit busy right now.
Why are you talking like that? Are you okay?
What do you mean?
Like you're talking like you've never seen us before and that you're like trying to calm us down because we're gonna have a tantrum. Brennan, are you okay? Are you being hurt?
No, I'm fine. I actually, working in this business, people do get temper tantrums more than you'd think. Just thought I'd greet you guys and let you know what's going on right now.
Oh, well. Hey, do I have to do the same thing?
No.
No? Okay, are you gonna have a temper tantrum if I don't?
No, it's gonna be all right. Listen, can I help you guys with anything?
Oh yeah, we'd like our room if that's okay.
Hey, Olive, like, just pushes. No. We were coming to see if we could like have our space, but like, we get it. Like, this is really busy.
Yeah, but they could just move. They're just playing Pokemon.
They can't. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry,
no.
Brennan. This is very important.
Oh, well, is there something you need? I mean, I can.
Yes.
Hey, actually, this is a really weird question. I'm kind of either one of us can give a help action at this point because I'm going to be like, has this lady been in here? And it's Sophie Scott. Have you maybe Tim? I know that like you are like you're here. You're definitely here, but like you're like way too important to be on the floor all the time. So like maybe Tim knows, but like, have you seen this lady very often?
Why is he important?
He owns the place. The owner. Go away, Gus.
Okay, bye.
He peers at the screen. I don't think I recognize her. She's pretty.
Can I empathy that to see if I see that he was like trying to lie or there was any sort of reaction to the photo? +1. I think it's just a +1 because
Can I give the help action?
Yeah.
Oh no, it's average, so it's fair. Good. It's good then.
So with my +1, it's good.
Mhm.
Okay, yeah.
With good, yeah, he looks like he's just looked and saw someone he didn't know.
Yeah, it's okay, Brennan. We'll figure something else out. And I think then at that point, I would turn when we like walked out maybe or whatever, or just even in there, I'd be like, we gotta get somewhere. This is really fucking important.
Let's just go back to Smooth Grind.
No, we need to be like in a private thing.
What about in your van?
Ooh.
I mean, maybe.
Where's Chris?
Chris is with Jess, helping her deal with the death of her mother.
Okay, but we built the time machine, so we should all be together.
Sure you should have
You
led
what?
with that.
Yeah, it's right. I just take it out of my backpack. It's right here.
Do we all get the gross bad feeling from it? Because it wasn't shut down, was it?
Oh no, it's still going.
No, it's been going some time.
Do we have to roll to see if we get a bad vibe, or can we all get the bad vibe?
You can give me a notice roll.
Can I choose to
Yeah.
not do that? I'll do it.
Choose to fail. You should get a fate point for that.
Yeah,
Gus doesn't want to fail.
good point.
Oh, I was lying. I got the fair.
I got a superb.
Average.
I also got a superb.
Got it good.
Okay. That's good enough for everyone. Everyone is getting definitely bad vibes from this. It feels wrong and it looks wrong. Just trying to look at it. I mentioned about the blueprints that it was kind of like an Escher painting. It is going in directions that don't make sense. That you can follow the path of the gears linking to each other and the cogs, but then you look and you see something turning that you thought was just part of one of the cogs before, but no, it's its own thing, and it's turning, and it doesn't make any sense, and it feels wrong.
That shit is eldritch, and we need to stop interacting with it.
Kind of like a bomb, I think.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
We
let's
smash it.
not-
You guys built it. You should know.
I don't know if that's a good idea.
Throw it in the lake.
I think we throw it in the lake.
I think we should not do that. I think we should destroy it.
What if it kills the zombies, Freya?
What if it makes them stronger, Gus?
It's a good point.
That is a really good. That's an excellent point. I'm now team. Don't throw it in the lake.
I
Smash
think
it.
we smash it.
Yes, smack.
What if it explodes, though?
What if we put a big rock in it that somehow blocks it from and physically stops it from moving?
You know who would know what to do?
Raw dog.
Raw Dog knows what to do with this.
Raw Dog might know what to do with this. I
Raw
trust
dog
Dog.
might
I think
know
we
what
should
to
take
do with this.
Raw Dog.
He's
For now,
very
though,
wise.
let's do the rock plan. And Atticus, if they're out in the street, is gonna look for like a little dislodged piece of asphalt.
I just want to stop it, or like fill it with goo or something.
Wait, I take it, I run outside, and I throw it into the street.
Yes.
Cool.
Do it.
Yeah, just throw it as hard as I can onto the street. Yeah.
Spike it on the ground.
It bounces a little bit, scatters sparks, and you put the rock into it, the asphalt.
Yeah. Oh, so it didn't break at all?
No.
I'm sorry, it didn't break when you smashed it on the ground. Absolutely, we need to explode this thing.
What did you guys make it with, and how much did that cost?
Oh my god, I'm so scared.
There's a lot of money. You can Venmo us later.
Yeah.
Y'all know how to make thermite, right? Let's try that.
I mean, yeah, but why was that your first thought?
I'm gonna try the rock.
Burn it.
Might?
I'm gonna try the rock.
All right, you put the rock
Just to see
in.
if-
The rock is crushed by the gears, but the gears do not bend or break.
One of y'all fucking smokes. Do any of y'all have a lighter?
Yeah, here's a lighter.
I'm going to just try to run the lighter under it.
It feels bad. It feels so bad to get your hand that close to it.
Oh god.
Can I take a quartz necklace and put it in one of the gears?
Yes, you can take a quartz necklace and put in one of the gears. The quartz snaps, but the gears stop.
Is it still bad?
No, it feels fine.
Okay. Then we stopped it.
And the switch isn't off now, right?
Correct.
Now we get thermite. We need to let's get rid of this thing.
Yeah. This is bad. This is fucking really bad.
But it's important.
But it's
We
bad.
can't just destroy it.
We destroy bad things. This is eldritch horror shit. I'm not gonna fuck with it. We destroy it.
But what if we can stop all of it with this?
What if it causes more of it to happen?
Well, the good news is, even if that's the answer, we could build another one.
If there's a chance to stop it, we have to take that option because we don't know another option.
We do have another option because we could break it, and worst case, we find out later on, we'll build another one.
I tried
But
to break
if it is to the bad thing, we'll try harder. I agree with Freya. This needs to fucking be not alive.
Look, if we're going on Eldritch Horror, the move to get thermite and blow it up will only prove that it cannot be destroyed.
We don't know that yet.
We have to use the game against itself.
Not a fucking game, Gus.
Olive yells, "Stop." just as loud as she can, which is louder than anyone's ever heard her talk. so loud. We are the only people that have any clue what could possibly be happening here, and we have this ends now. We cannot keep doing this. It is stopped for now. Gus, where are the blueprints?
Take them out of my backpack.
We are going to school and we are figuring out, let's go and figure out if we can find out where those even came from to start with. Maybe somebody there knows where to. We shouldn't have built it without having an idea of what it did.
Get a gun safe or something and put it in that. Like, let's at least make it not. I don't know, that was bad. That was not okay. And it needs to be locked up.
Yes. Does anybody have a gun safe?
I, assuming since my mom's a cop, that we have a gun safe in the garage.
Fine. We'll put it there. I think that's a safe bet.
And maybe we just toss a ton of those quartz pendants that Nikki gave us. Thank you, Nikki. And we just put a bunch of those in there with it. If maybe that, I mean, like, it stopped it now. So maybe if it's locked up, but with quartz, that'll help.
Here's another idea, and maybe we don't want to do that because we still want to keep it to see if it is helpful rather than harmful. But can't we just take it apart now that it's off?
Yeah. Can somebody maybe Freya, since you're good at investigation, can Freya investigate
I'm
to
not
see?
touching that.
No, just like look at it. Like, could anybody look at it? But it doesn't feel bad anymore, does it? Because it's off.
Right.
But can anybody look at it to see about taking it apart? Or would that be crafts or would that be
It'd be
investigation?
crafts.
I'll look at it.
Do not remove the quartz.
Is it fair?
So yeah, now that it's stopped, it looks just like any other machine. So you could probably just take it apart.
Can probably just take it apart.
Okay, maybe take apart a couple pieces because it needs all the pieces to work.
Okay, I'll take apart a couple pieces.
The most of it in a safe, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
And like separate them as far as we can take them. Seems like a good idea. I don't know.
All right, you're able to take it apart. Everybody roll notice for me at this time.
Fuck. Got a good.
I got whatever's below terrible.
Hey, that's catastrophic. That's what I got earlier.
Catastrophic. That's right. That's right. Yeah.
Did anybody get a good or better?
I got a 4.
I got a good.
Oh, you got a good?
Can I use so I have a couple of aspects, either like Townie or Keeper of the Peace. So like could I possibly use Townie since we're in the middle of
Yeah,
town
you can if you want.
to help? Okay. So that would get me to good.
All right, so those of you who got good or better, it's a small thing. But you see, you're still outside of Lamplighter Square on the street, and you see Brennan leaving the shop and heading around and going up the stairs to go up to. He like puts a card on a card reader to open the door to the stairs, and goes up the stairs to the apartments above.
Can I run after him?
Yeah, no one's gonna stop.
Yeah, Atticus is following.
Okay. Could I possibly get to the door before it closes?
Give me an athletics roll.
That is a just a fair.
With a fair, you.
But if it was physique,
No, it's an athletics roll. So you do not make it in time to get through the door, but he does notice as he's halfway up the stairs and turns back around. Says,
oh hey, what's up?
"Hi." He turns around and comes back down the stairs. Can I help you? Is there something that you guys needed?
Yeah.
I was gonna try to sneak. I wasn't gonna try to get through the door. I was gonna try to sneak. So
Sneak away.
stealth or something. Because I didn't want to be seen by him. I also wasn't trying to go through the door. I was gonna like jump
Right.
the fence or whatever when I knew he was gone. Stealth is fair, so let's see what we got. Oh hell yeah! 1, 2, 3. Superb.
Okay. Roll a quick notice. Okie dokie. Yeah, so you creep up and you don't seem to be visible. You seem quite concealed. And Brennan is talking to Gus. Is there something you guys needed? I was just on my way up to my apartment to get some stuff. Do you?
Where you gonna get?
Oh, I was gonna pull back. I keep some of the stuff, some of our stock in my place, just because we don't have a lot of room in the stock room, and we were getting low on sodas, so I was gonna bring down some sodas.
Hey, so you saw us with that clock, right?
Oh, was that a clock that you threw onto the ground? I didn't want to get involved.
Brennan, my man, you've been really awesome letting us use your space. But I don't know if you've noticed anything about me. I don't look like your normal clientele. I haven't grown up in a life like them. And one thing I can spot is a fucking liar. So why don't you tell me what you're doing right now before things get a little nasty?
Olive walks up and is like, "Oh my god, hi! It was an art piece."
Incorrect. I'm trying to provoke this boy.
You still can.
Yeah, feel free to roll a provoke on that.
Well, what's a 5?
This is the roll. This is the roll that gets
This
a
is
5.
the roll. I've been rolling shit the entire night.
This man has been dealing with screaming toddlers playing Pokemon wrong all day.
Here we go.
And
It's
parents.
superb.
Ugh.
I feel so bad for him.
I feel bad because I'm also would love to use one of my aspects. I want to use Outcast, my archetype, if that's cool,
Sure, yeah.
to add a +2
Yeah.
to that. Think of it, is that epic, right?
Yeah. Epic. Okay. All right. So you've got the door, the grated door between the two of you, and he opens it up from the other side, steps forward. Son, that's not the kind of language that we like to look for around here, and I'm going to give you a chance to walk it back.
Or what? Is he looking at me real strange?
He's looking at. He's angry. He's angry.
Okay, but not like alien angry, right?
He puts out his arm, lays it on your shoulder, up on your shoulder because you're taller than him. Says, "Son, you don't want to find out. Let's all have a nice time here. Tell you what, I was going to get some sodas. I'll bring you some sodas. On me, on the house."
I don't feel right about you.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm having a pretty intense day myself, and feel like maybe we just need to step away from this. But
What would happen if I turned the clock on and I left it on?
well, it looked like you were breaking it, so probably not much.
Didn't break, Brennan. And the minute we did that, you came here and started to go upstairs, kind of like you're going to tell somebody about it.
I live up there. I own this building.
That didn't answer my question.
You didn't ask a question.
Can
You're fucking right.
Olive just starts slapping at him? We're all a little stressed out, as I'm sure you are too, with everything that's going on in town. I'm so sorry. Do you need help carrying down some sodas? I can go up and help. You know, another pair of arms. Would that be helpful? And I would like to roll empathy to see if I can tell what kind of angry vibe this is. If it's like just I've been harassed by toddlers all day, or if it's like
Sure, you can give me an empathy roll for that.
I can't help.
Well,
I'm sorry.
I don't need your help because that is going to be a superb.
Hell yes.
With a superb.
It's the thing I'm good at.
You don't think he's angry. You think he's acting.
Piece of shit. He's gonna kill us all.
I think that she keeps a completely straight face. She's very good at pretending to be chill around her parents and around all these things. So she's just like, she's pushing at Gus to like, she's just shoving him to go. And but like staring down Brennan of just like, not in a weird, well, not in like an aggressive way, but just like looking at him like, I get it.
Olive.
Like, this is all really stressful.
Tell you what, if you two want to come up and help me get the sodas and bring them down.
We would love to go help you get the sodas.
I think that would be so great. I can help. Gus, you should go and check out that whole thing. Hey, can you just like, Chris was wanting that thing, you know? Like, so can you text him and ask him about that thing he was wanting? I know I'm talking to the wrong person. She's saying this loudly, so in case anybody else, can you just text Chris
There's no.
and see like where he is with that thing?
You just told me he was with Jess.
Atticus, hiding in the trash cans, texts Chris. Hey man, sorry about everything. Also, big lead, head to Thor's hammer.
Let me help. Gus,
Olive is in trouble.
she's also like, I think she's gonna like be talking to Brennan. She's like, listen, just watching this whole situation that just happened, I'm thinking that you guys shouldn't be anywhere near each other. So Gus, go. I'll come up and help. I'm a lot stronger than I look. I can carry a lot of things. I'm good.
Okay, yeah, I'd welcome some help.
Gus, you should go check on them. Go check on them. Go.
Olive.
Go.
They know.
Hey. And she's gonna shove him off and go up. She's gonna go.
All right.
Chris would text back, okay, on the way.
We're halfway up some stairs, right?
You are not going. I will fight. Olive will.
No, you're at the bottom of the stairs.
We were at a door.
Hang on. Okay. Don't die.
Well,
Please don't.
Don't die.
Oh God.
Don't go into the scary apartment alone with the man. Don't die.
From hiding, Atticus would whatever would be easier, whether it would be like once he saw them go up enough, silently try to get as quickly as possible to like just hold the gate open so it doesn't close all the way. Hoping that they get high
Give me
enough.
athletics to see if you can do it.
Is that athletics? Okay. I got nothing.
I was gonna say I can't help with that. I was gonna say like if I could like figure out a way to like keep the door open just a little bit longer, then
Well, couldn't Gus? Gus is like right there. Just needs to stick out a foot.
If I can signal to Gus on my way to like maybe +hold it open so I can get there, I guess. I don't know, but then we might be stretching it, honestly. Let's just let the dice decide. +2, so it's a fair.
Oh, that's all you needed. Yeah, because you were well hidden, so you didn't have a very high difficulty. So yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, and so for that, I'm just gonna wait till they're like fully up, and then I'm gonna try to like once I know they're sort of their heads above the, like, you know, when you're going upstairs, your head's above the next level, and then I'll try to squeak in, and follow up. So I don't know if that's a new stealth roll or I can use my former superb.
No, you can stay with that.
And yeah, I just want to try to follow from a distance to, and just like if it's like a normal apartment right. Like if they're going around the corner, I just want to stay at the corner and see count the door they go
Yeah.
into.
All right. Olive, Brennan leads you up the stairs and to the first apartment door that you see. He unlocks the door and leads the way in. So yeah, this is for sure a luxury apartment. It's furnished beautifully in a minimalist style. You're led to the living room. There's a comfortable couch and chairs there. And Brennan heads down a hall and said, "Come on, the sodas are in the spare room over here."
During that time, Atticus texts Olive, "I'm close. Like, scream if you need help."
Yeah, she sees that. She kind of checks her phone, whatever. But yeah, heads. She's like, "Wow, this is a really nice place. So, do you just keep all of your backstock in that one bedroom? Like,
No, just the overspill, basically. He leads you into the spare room, which is very sparse. There's no furniture in here. There's like a little mini fridge, and there's a stack of like boxes of various sodas. And there's a couple of boxes. There's a file cabinet, and he says, "Yeah, they're right here."
as I'm walking through, can I look around?" Not like searching, but just like, so I'm hoping to roll a notice roll to see if there's anything that's like, that feels anachronistic for,
Yeah, give me that notice roll.
okay. I've changed out my dice just in case, because my other ones were not. New dice.
Don't die.
I'm gonna die. No, just kidding. I'm just gonna murder. I'm just gonna be dead. No, it's a great.
That's great. So yeah, you're looking around and you see some strange things once you get to looking at it. Like the venting here is strange, and as you're looking up at like this line of vents at the top of the room, you hear a click and you turn around and the door is closed.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Era, what? You motherfucker.
I won't be back for season 2, you guys. Sorry about that. This is how Sarah tells you all that I quit. Yeah. She just kind of looks at him.
Oh no, he's not in the room. He left and closed the door behind him.
Oh,
And you can hear him from behind the door. He says, 3 is good, but 4 is better. And you begin to hear a hiss from the vents at the top of the room.
No.
she texts Atticus and says, "There's gas in the vents. It's Brennan. Do what you can."
Atticus pulls out his tiny little knife he used to carry around NYC and his pepper spray and girds his loins and runs into that apartment.
I do think also she like lifts, she does, like, it's like not gonna do anything, but she's gonna do everything she can to like cover her mouth, and she's just like, it's a bedroom, is there a window?
No, there's no window in this room.
Okay, well, she's gonna get as far away from the vents as possible, crouch down, cover her mouth, and just
That one bedroom in an apartment complex that's
Mhm.
like in the center.
yep, she's just gonna wait. But now we know.
Did you text just Atticus?
Atticus, did you send that text to just
I did
me?
not send it to the group. I sent it to just you.
I just responded to Atticus then because it was the first thing
Okay.
up.
Atticus, you get to the door and it is locked. It is locked and it is made of metal.
Is there like apartments, a big window in the living room?
There is a window. Yes, to the living room.
So he takes his backpack off and as hard as he can swings it to break against the window.
All right, give me a physique roll.
Oh God.
Can I, act of kindness, GM, use one of my last 2 fate points, Captain Vandalism?
Captain Vandalism seems like it would apply. Yes, go for it.
Yes. Okay. And you said athletics, right?
No, physique.
Physique. Sorry, it doesn't matter. I was just making sure it's the one I don't have on. Oh, were other dice gods with me? Oh, no, +3. So
I'm
that's
gonna
good.
grow up.
Good. Yeah, good.
Good is not enough. Your backpack bounces off of the window. Meanwhile, in the death trap, you can see that there is a mist coming down from the vents. There's another vent. It looks like there is a vent at the bottom that if you could get it open, you could crawl into and possibly get away from this.
Okay, so what would I need to roll for that?
Well, that depends. So it's held to the wall by a couple of screws, so you could try a crafts roll to open it up with something, or you could try a physique roll to rip it off, or you could make a case for something else, and I'll listen.
Yeah, I don't. Nothing that I have is, I think, makes sense.
What are the scene aspects?
Deadly hiss.
Soundproofed room.
Soundproof room. Oh, can I take a picture and send it to the group chat and just be like, I don't know how to get this off. How do I get this off? And maybe get a help action from somebody that has crafts or...
I'm gonna run up the stairs and try to kick through the door.
All right, so you've sent the picture. You're running up the stairs to try to kick through the door. Give me a physique roll.
I got 2 pluses plus a good superb.
With the superb, the door bends a little bit under your ministrations, but it does not come out from its...
It's steel. Break the window. And Atticus wants to give the help by trying to find. Is there like a trash can or a potted plant or something that looks heavy?
Sure, they're a potted plant.
And he like motions to the potted plant and wants to give Gus the help action to throw it through the window.
Oh shit! Can I do that?
Yeah, go for it.
While they're doing this, I think I will roll a... So you said physique to try to get it off the wall? Or
You can
athletics?
you can do it with physique. You could do crafts. You could do something else.
Is there anything in the room that I because I don't have a screwdriver on me or anything. Is there anything sharp and pointy that I see that I could try to pry it off the wall with?
Sure, you're able to get something off of. You know how file cabinets have the little slots in front for them to put the labels on. You can get one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pull it out and make it a
Okay.
handy screwdriver.
Okay, I'll try a crafts. Okay, I'll try a crafts roll then. I mean, it's all the same because I don't have any of it. So, no, mediocre. So I'm just like struggling. I'm like, it's not going fast enough, but I'm trying. I'm like trying to go.
All right, yeah. So with mediocre, it's coming off. It is coming off. It's just slow, and you can see that the mist is quite low now. It's just above your head. So you guys are trying to throw a potted plant through the window?
Yes.
We are superbly trying to do that.
All right. With this superb, the potted plant crashes into the window. The window shatters, but does not come apart like it's held together. But it's definitely broken. But you could sort of maybe shove your way through it now. You'd get cut up, but
I'm gonna jump through that window.
all right. Okay, so you're jumping through the window. How's everybody else? You're heading down the street to try and save the day, Chris?
Yeah, absolutely. I think so. You said that you did not message the group that that it was Brennan.
No, but she did message the group with the picture.
Yeah, you messaged the group, and that gets Chris spooked, but not spooked like Jess is hopping in the car.
I think if I would have told you after I would have said big lead, and then finding out that Jess was like going in the apartment, he probably would have said, "We think Brennan might be in on it," or something like that.
Okay, I think that might be
And
enough.
then if you see that picture, the death picture, then you probably put that together.
Yeah, that Jess would also want to come, so we would be speeding along in her Tesla. Her dad's rich. People know not to pull her over. And I'm gonna text the group, Clark, call your mom.
On it. First thing I do is call my mom and tell her, text her and tell her to make her way over here now. that there's just trying to pull something out of my ass and say that there's a kidnapping going on right in front of here.
Yeah, something random,
Something to get her attention,
like the thing that's happening, the act of kidnapping.
Yeah.
That's a
The
good
act
call.
of murder that's happening. Yeah.
Well, it's just a kidnapping so far. Okay, terminology, words matter.
Attempted murder, though. I think we meet the criteria of attempted murder.
Hey, we're gonna need a trigger warning of child endangerment on this.
Also, imprisonment, kidnapping, attempted murder.
I just like the line, 3 is good, 4 is better.
It was so dark. I need to go to therapy after that.
All right. Okay, so you're jetting through, going as fast as the Tesla will go, and Jess is driving a little bit like a maniac.
Yeah, as expected.
In fact, I'm going to roll a drive roll for Jess. Jess rolled well. Okay. So you're going to get there pretty soon. Meanwhile,
Freya is definitely hasn't looked at her phone yet. Just fully flirting.
Ray is flirting with Nikki. And
To be fair, she doesn't have notice on her skills, so it's not exactly.
I mean, you do know she's not into you. You know that. You empathize that.
Yes, that doesn't stop her from being attractive.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay.
And she's not into her yet.
Give it a couple years.
After seeing Gus jump through the window, can I try something? Clark just be like, he's gonna jump in too.
Okay.
Because if it's this bad, then fuck it.
Chris is also going to text the group, get evidence, photograph things, take video, anything so that Brennan can't turn this around and be like, they broke into my apartment.
Clark, you head up. You're not the most athletic person,
No, I'm not.
but in this moment of panic and desperation for your friend, you have a thought that you are having trouble getting up these stairs and getting in there fast. But if you were Arachno, you sure could do it. You could just swing in. And when that thought hits, what do you do? Do you do anything about that?
Honestly, just thinking back to when Gus pulled that riff open in the dream, and remembering the fairies mentioning the dimensions crossing over, just going, fuck it, if anything can happen, I'm gonna look stupid. Just reaching his hand up and going for the motions
Right.
for a web.
You reach with your will deep down inside yourself to a part of your brain that is only active while you sleep. And in that part of your brain, an alien flower blooms, stretching out and making a connection with your consciousness. There's a strange sort of conceptual pain, followed by bliss. For a moment, there's confusion as dream and waking life become blurred, but that only lasts a moment. You blink and you're right where you were, but you can feel the power in you, and a web shoots out, and you swing through the window, following Gus. Gus, you get into the living room. You are somewhat lacerated by jumping through the window, and I want you to take a level of stress for that.
Okay.
But you get in, you don't see anyone immediately. The room is empty.
Take my wrench out.
Wrench out for Harambe.
Wrench out for Harambe. I shout that.
Reach out for Harambe.
And coming in on a web behind you is Clark. Clark, by the way, that took a fate point.
Got it.
I whisper under my breath, they're coming into their power. Nikki was right.
All right, and we're back to Olive. You have gotten one of the screws off, and you're able to turn it. It's still on the other screw, but you can still sort of flip it over and rotate it around the screw, and you're able to crawl in if you want. and you're starting to smell something weird.
She's just crawling as quickly as she can to get as far as possible.
You crawl into the vent. It is cramped as hell, but you manage to shimmy into it. When you do, it's like it was set up this way. It was like you were meant to come into here, because this vent that you're in starts to tilt downward as though it's on a swivel, and after a moment you are pointed down and trying to hold yourself from falling. And you can smell smoke. Roll physique to try and keep yourself up.
Can I make an argument for being half delirious from fear and all that, and starting to go into somewhat of a state where I could possibly be wanting to channel a badass that I channel in my dreams every once in a while?
Yeah, you get the thought that you are not very strong, but Beatrice is very strong, and she could probably hold herself here. When you dip into that, you can spend a fate point, and with that fate point, you can use her stats for this, her aspects, her skills.
Am I using her fate points though, or is it?
It's yours.
Mine. Okay. All right. Well. All right. That gets me to superb.
All right. You reach out to the sides, and you're able to not only hold yourself up, but start crawling back up. And you're in a weird state. Obviously, you were already in a weird state, and then you got into this trap, and oh my god, everything's going on. And now you're reaching into yourself, and you're finding that you have the ability to be this person that you were in your dreams, and it's pretty overwhelming, but you are going up.
I think as I'm crawling up, I'm just like, I'm like almost annoyed now. I'm like, took near death and I'm probably gonna die in a second. Glad I'm finally coming into my own in time to die. This is just perfect. I'm just like ranting to myself as I'm crawling up this vent. Like,
John McClane and Die Hard.
Take a video while you're doing it.
I don't know if I don't have enough arms for that. Just like, can't think. They're going to be like, why were you in the vent? And I'm going to be like, because I was being murdered actively.
All right, so let's see. Freya's flirting. Clark has messaged his mom. His mom is responding. Is this for real, Clark?
I feel the vibration in my pocket and just send her the picture of the death trap that Olive sent us, along with the text saying, "Yes," in all caps, "It's for real. Come help now."
All right, you get a response that says, "On my way." Okay, Atticus, did you go in as well?
Yeah, I would have followed right behind.
Okay,
yes.
So the three of you are in the living room. You don't see anyone. What do?
I go down the hallway.
There are two hallways. One leads to the kitchen area. One leads to the bedroom area.
I'm gonna assume bedroom again based on the picture, I guess.
I'm gonna start shouting Olive's name. Olive!
Atticus is the only thing is looking for Brennan, and he wants to maze him. And is like has anger in his heart.
Can I hear anything? Because it's a soundproof room.
Nope.
Okay, I'm just gonna look around.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow Atticus and start trying doors.
All right, you come to the first bedroom door. It is locked.
Kick it.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try and kick it.
All right, physique. And you can use yours, or you can
I'll give you help action.
Or you can spend a fate point and use Arachna, guys. It's up to you.
That's funny. I didn't give him physique either.
Just let me do it.
Oh wait, no, I did. I give him fair. Okay, yeah, I point Gus in the correct direction. Here, open here.
A kick. Superhero cake.
Okay, these dice hate me today. That's a pour.
Ooh.
Clark got a pour. What did you get, Gus?
Shattered his ankle.
Come on, use a fate point. You gotta have some.
I got a great.
Great. Okay. With a pour and a grate, the door shakes on its hinges, and it's definitely sort of cracking a little bit, but it is not open. That you do hear, all of you do hear a bang from above.
Oh, good. It's the right door. It's hard to open. I'm gonna kick it again.
And, while they're doing that, between kicks and kicking, I'm just gonna look around and then try to the nearest door with my pepper spray, like ready. Like looking for Brennan, trying to figure out if he's still in the apartment.
So you find the next door along is not locked, and it looks like an office, and you see Brennan in the office behind a desk with a computer that he's looking at, and he looks up at you and says, "Oh, hey, Atticus."
Immediately spray him in the face with the pepper spray. Like, no question, just straight. The door opens. Hi, doesn't get through Atticus and is like 3 arm length away, emptying the clip.
Right.
It's gonna turn into a giant squid thing.
No, it's just gonna look like we broke into this guy's apartment, maced his face, destroyed his window and doors.
All right. He. Give me a fight roll for that.
That is what's a +0 again? Fair?
It's
Mediocre.
mediocre.
Sorry, mediocre.
All right. You spray, and he backs away really quick, sort of wiping at his eyes. And
Just say, you dumb son of a.
at this point, this is when Chris arrives with Jess, and Jess sort of swerves the Tesla into position and halts the brake, jumps out.
And immediately jump out and start running. I'm hoping at this point that Atticus has messaged us enough details that we at least know that it's like an apartment on the first floor.
Yeah.
And did you prop the door open? Can we use a fate point to say that you did?
Yeah, absolutely, you can.
And just run up the stairs, find the broken window, jump into the fray. And when I see Gus is busy kicking down the door, and
As is Clark.
as is Clark, I'm gonna move past them to the next open door, to Brennan.
All right, you come in just as Atticus has sprayed him, and he has backed away. Meanwhile, all of you, you are getting back up. However, you do smell something awful.
Does it smell like a vision I might have had on Friday?
It does smell similar to that, actually.
Great.
Just a gas leak.
Just a gas leak. So I would have pulled myself up if I'm there, still face covered as best I can, coughing. Can I see the door?
Yeah.
From like the door
Yeah.
handle? Can I see it? Is there anything about it that looks like there's some kind of like I panicked, so I didn't even look at there. Is there like a lock? Like, is there?
It's got a key lock.
But so it has to have a key on the inside to unlock it?
Yeah.
Okay. I think is there anything that what can she do? I think she's gonna pull herself out and just go and try to break the handle, like kick at the handle as best she can, because there's not enough time for crafts for that. So would that be a physique or a fight or okay, physique, okay. Okay, all right, so that is going to be a great.
Okay. So with the two boys knocking it from one side and you yanking it from the other, you guys managed to get the door open. This clear gas sort of wafts out and starts to infiltrate the rest of the house. You all start coughing. But you see all of them.
Stay low. Stay
Does it-
low.
Does it look like it's still coming out of the vent?
Yes.
Or is it just done? It's just okay. Can I expend a fate point to web the web
Yes.
it shut?
Spend a fate point, reach into yourself, shoot a web, cover it up.
Clark,
All right.
how did you do that?
You said something about coming into our powers. Hold on, and I'm gonna go. I was like, and I'm gonna go into the next room. And I'm just gonna scream, "What is wrong with you?"
Atticus, if by the time she would have got out there, has charged Brennan. After spraying, would have charged him, and is like, Atticus isn't thinking, and is like fully gonna try to take every bit of anger and frustration and all the slights he feels like he's had in life out on Brennan,
All right, give me a fight roll.
on this little LGS man. And he obviously like is feel like I think being so, I don't know if predictive is the right word, right? But with Olive is like sort of speak.
While you're doing that, and before this fighting happens, can I have started the police recording app that Atticus told me to download, so that it is recording and uploading to the cloud?
Sure.
Yeah, and then I got it good. So Atticus goes and tries to kick his ass.
Would we have gotten there soon enough that me and Jess could give help?
Yes.
Oh yeah, we're absolutely there, like pinning like the arms back. Like
So that's a great then.
Right. So together, the three of you get him back against the wall, and Atticus is, I assume, pounding on him.
Just all he's got in his little 180-pound body.
And that's when Olive comes in and shouts, "What did you shout again?"
What's wrong with you? Seriously? Like pouring gas into a room that leads with a tunnel that leads to more death? What kind of psycho are you?
He can't answer because he's getting the shit beaten out of him at the moment.
She doesn't care. She's just good. Don't answer. Save it for the cops, dickhead.
I do think with that, like Chris is gonna like put an arm on Atticus' chest to like give Brandon a chance to answer.
Yeah, Atticus will like spit in his face and back off.
Brennan is just sort of smiling maniacally and says, "I had to do it. I had to do it. She told me to be here, and I'm here. I had to do it."
Sophie Scott did.
Look at his planner. See if he goes to therapy.
Sophie Scott told you.
Guys, stop fucking making guesses. Use your magic bullshit.
Yeah,
My magic?
Gus, you can do it.
Dude, I literally learned from you. I just thought about it and tried.
Okay. Okay. The water we're in right now is hot. Bring to us Sophie Scott. And I want to summon her into the room.
Get the answers
Not
from him.
that! Or at least get the gas away.
Can I
That's the worst thing you
can I
could have done.
interrupt him by throwing something when I hear Sophie? Can someone interrupt him at the Sophie before the rhyme completes?
the
I would love to expend a fate point to shut him up.
Web his mouth.
Just, I mean,
I have no problem with you webbing his mouth.
yeah, actually, can I? All right,
No,
I
did
did
it. I did it.
I leave it up to the DM on that one.
Tell you what, Clark, give me a notice roll, and if you get good or better, then you are fast enough to stop him from completing the spell.
Chris is gonna beat the shit out of us at some point.
Okay.
For that.
He's the bad guy. He knows it. He's panicking.
These dice have failed me all night. Last shot, come on. Okay, no, these dice are shot. That was. I don't see shit. I don't see shit. I'm still just focused.
All we had to do was look for his calendar. All we had to do was look at his calendar or his on his computer and found exactly the answer we want, probably.
Olive, while everyone's she'll go over and she's like crawling. She'll like get down and be like, "Who told you to be here?"
All right, so there's a bunch of stuff happening at once. You're crawling. Atticus is looking at the computer. There's no planners or anything out. The computer is up, and it has a picture of the room that, like a live stream feed of the room that Olive was in.
Well, this is all happening, I guess, or whatever is going on. However it fits in the timeline. Atticus for sure is a guy who has like a bag of old, used little SanDisk and various USB drives, and just kind of like tries to plug one in and goes to recents and puts as much in recents as he can into this little drive.
You do that. And meanwhile, a spell is being cast. Okay, Gus. You can spend a fate point, and you reach in, and your will pushes up against reality and reaches out and fails.
It didn't work.
Like, you felt the magic, you felt it leaving your body, you felt it going out, and as though it hit a wall, it fails.
Sophie Scott.
Is Sophie wearing quartz? Was that Kiki made of quartz?
It was made of brass or something like it.
She resisted the spell.
You, Olive, said, who told you to do this? And he says, she did. She's been speaking to me for a while. She told me I had to come here. I had to do my work here. I've been doing my work for so long. But here it's special. Here it has a meaning. Here I have a purpose. And it doesn't matter. I got 3. 3's enough.
You've killed people before?
He smiles.
Before all this?
I think, yeah, Olive just sits back. She just sits back on the ground because she's shaken, and she's just like, yeah. She kind of looks at Jess because I'm assuming Jess and Chris are still holding him down. Don't let him up.
Atticus, when he hears that he's killed people, and after he drops the recents into the whatever in the my computer, use my last fate point to channel my alter ego and kick Brennan in the face and knock him out.
All right. You can spend that fate point, and you know what? Let's make this a dramatic thing. You don't need to roll. You kick him. His head flies back, hits the wall. He is knocked out. The police arrive soon after.
I would have wanted to go into the file cabinet first before anybody got there. So if we had a few minutes, even if it's only 2 or 3 minutes, he would have looked in, and if he would have seen the file cabinet, would have 100% tried to grab if he saw any names, Sophie Scott, or if he saw the high school, the vice principal, any of the names that we've seen or know, the librarian, anybody that we thought may be suspicious, anything like that. And if nothing was familiar, then he's just going to grab what, I guess you could make the decision, right? But something that looks, it's some information. So, and just shoves it in his backpack and leaves the apartment.
You grab a handful of stuff. You don't see any names or anything that you would recognize, but you grab a handful of files and stuff into your backpack. The police arrive. The fact that there is poisonous gas in the air makes it kind of pretty easy for you guys. You tell your story. What kind of story do you tell?
I tell the story as accurately as I can, which is exactly what happened. My friend got into a kind of crazy altercation with Brennan, and I came in to be the peacekeeper and said, hey, and he is like, well, because Brennan said he was going to get stuff, so I volunteered to help, and then all of a sudden I got trapped in a room that was full of poisonous gas, and I tried to escape, but my friends helped me, and that's 100%.
Yeah, and Atticus just says he had bad vibes, so he wanted to follow behind.
No,
and...
she's like, as soon as I noticed that it was so weird, and so I texted my friend, she would say everything that was true, everything that happened, totally up. He's like, yeah. She's like, I was above board on this. So yeah.
Is it too late to shove Brennan in the vent before the police had gotten there?
No, you could do that.
I think Chris and Jess absolutely pick him up and start moving him to go to the vents. I will allow other people to try and stop.
Hey, Chris, where do you want to go?
The vent. If it was good enough for his victims, it's good enough for him.
No, where do you want to... You want to kill him?
He doesn't answer.
Chris, we can't get any answers from him if he's dead.
I don't think we're going to get any answers from him when he's alive either.
You also don't deserve... She's like, her voice is all scratchy now and everything. It's like, both you and Jess have been through enough. Killing him is just gonna ruin your life, not his.
Oh no, I'm pretty sure it'll ruin his life too.
His life is already ruined. Don't ruin your life.
No, getting caught's gonna ruin your life. I can take y'all somewhere.
If he lives, gets out of jail, and does something like this again, I would feel worse for that. You do what you need to do, Chris.
Chris, I got a spell prepped. Let's go.
Yeah. At this point, Atticus was in the room, right? He just he finished putting the stuff in his backpack. And he's like, he essentially says, yeah, I'm washing my hands, but you do what you need to do.
Fine, do your magic. Maybe it'll work this time.
Tell me where.
Where would... Imagine Chris doesn't have a convenient hidden location that you can just pull out. Anywhere where there aren't people.
Okay, I can do that. Some bastards sink and some bastards float. Bring us all to Jess's boat. I want to try to teleport us to us four, Chris, Jess, Brennan, and Gus, to the boat.
And then our story then to the cops just becomes that Brennan ran off. That I scared him off. I sprayed him with my whatever and he ran off.
All right. So you reach out with your magic. It grabs a hold of space and tears it open for you. And you're able to step across. You can see. And as you cross through this gap in reality that you've created to teleport, you see something, or not really see it, you feel it. You feel something massive. You feel it noticing you as you pass through. And then you're on the other side of Jess's boat. So who went to Jess's boat?
I'm me, Gus, Chris, I already said me, Brennan, and Jess.
All right. So the police arrive. You guys just say that Brennan rode off somewhere, ran out somewhere?
Because I could just say he locked me in a room and I guess I don't know what happened after that. So yeah.
Yeah, that me and Clark, I sprayed him with pepper spray and we hit him. And then when we heard banging behind the door, we just turned our attention to try to get the door and let Brennan run off. And he ran.
Yeah.
We didn't see him again. We don't know how he got away.
We'll call it there.
I think Freya missing 2 of the big action sequences, just being distracted by random shit, is the funniest thing.
I'm getting trapped in a room full of poisonous gas. Look at your phone.
Sophie Scott, BBEG.
She has some magic protection. She absolutely does.
That was fucking wild. I knew Brennan was bad news when I got a 7, and he was like, "It's chill, dog. I'm gonna fuck you up."